To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making non-believers say, oh.
What's up, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome to another episode of NBA Talk. And this is the last part of Finals Edition. This is episode 118. And man, bro, I loved how I fell into the moment saying that this was going to end in 5 when I originally said this was going to end in 6. And as I look back at my original video talking about the breakdown of these finals, I was on point with my series prediction. I said Lakers in 6, and they won it in 6. Now, granted, they could have won it in Game 5, but I think you had many mental mistakes. And plus, a lot of credit to the Miami Heat for that Game 5 victory. A lot of credit to Jimmy Butler. Let me just take a minute to shout out the Miami Heat for the run that they had. It was just unbelievable. Sweeping the Pacers, not beating the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks in 5, then knocking out the Boston Celtics, and then giving the most fight to the Los Angeles Lakers until Game 6. And this was just a tough bunch of guys. Jimmy Butler was just a warrior through the finals, but I just knew the way that he ended Game 5, and he just looked like he could barely walk. I just did not think that the Miami Heat were going to come with that energy in Game 6. I just did not think that they were going to be able to do it. I think the Lakers were going to come with more energy. They were going to be more locked in, the usual stuff, but you just saw the difference right away. The Lakers they came out in attack mode on the defensive end. They were getting whatever they wanted. Rondo was getting layups, so anytime he wanted. LeBron was attacking the paint. Anthony Davis dominating, was just straight intimidating them the entire time. He was making them hesitate with attacking the rim. Putting AD at center was gold, and you just have to give credit where credit is due. The Lakers did what they had to do. And the game might not have been what everybody expected. They probably thought it was going to be another close game, but I believe that fatigue played a factor in this Game 6 when it comes to Miami. It did play a factor. It did. I did feel a little good seeing that Goran Dragic finally did get to play, but I think it was just too little too late at that point. I think it was too little too late. The Miami Heat threw their best punch in Game 5. I don't know what else to say about the Miami Heat, but the Miami Heat, to me, they are one piece away from being in the situation that the Lakers are in right now. To me, the Lakers were just the better team. LeBron and AD were just too dangerous of a duo, and the rest of the guys were just locked in. You had guys knocking down threes between Danny Green, KCP, Rajon Rondo. It was just a great team effort from the Lakers. Defensively, that was the best defensive game that they've played all season. And I'm happy for multiple players on this team, but for 2 players in particular, I'm mostly happy about. And I'm happy for Dwight Howard for finally getting a championship. I would roast this guy all the time about how he should have never left Orlando and everything, but I felt a little good finally seeing him he broke down after holding that Larry O'Brien trophy, and it was just a good thing to see. I'm happy Dwight Howard got his championship, and I'm so happy for Anthony Davis. I'm so happy for Anthony Davis. Like I wrote on my Instagram, this man wasted so many talented years in New Orleans. He finally put himself in a situation where he could where he could be in a winning scenario. He fired his agent, got Rich Paul, and we all know how that worked out. And look at where he is now. Now he's a champion. Now Anthony Davis is an NBA champion. And to me, you gotta put respect on Anthony Davis's name, but mostly put some damn respect on that man LeBron's name. He even said it in his interview when he got Finals MVP. I want my damn respect. Like, come on, man. I understand people want to talk about their GOAT debates and everything, but enough of that for just a little bit. Give the man his props. Give LeBron his props, man. This man has won 3 Finals MVPs on 3 different teams. He has 4 in total. Come on, bro. This man has been the best in the decade, bro. From 2010 to 2020, LeBron has won 4 titles. He's won 4 titles in the 10 years that people have supposedly said that he was the best, and supposedly started in 2010. But I give credit where credit is due. LeBron and AD, you could have flipped a coin. I didn't care who won Finals MVP, but I just knew it was gonna be LeBron. I knew, but the fact that he won it unanimously, that's just even more shocking. And to me, I'm just happy for this team in general. Rondo winning a championship with the Lakers. He won a championship with the Celtics in 2008, and then we go all the way to 2020, and Rondo's getting his 2nd ring. I think he's got bragging rights over Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. But it's time that we just take a second and just see everything that LeBron has done, and just say we have to appreciate what he's done, because the road that he's taken to get to where he's at right now is just unbelievable. To see in the end of the 4th quarter, him and Anthony Davis, seeing how happy they are in the final seconds, it just tells you it don't matter how much money they make. It don't matter how much money they make. Winning that championship is the one feeling that they want to have. They want to feel that relief and celebration of being champions. And that's what I enjoyed most about this team. I liked seeing guys who were doubted, and they finally get it done. You got guys like Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Alex Caruso. These guys are worthy of being champions. They're worthy of being champions. And if you have anything to say in disagreement to that, we can just agree to disagree. I'm giving my respect, and this is me talking as a Heat fan. I said the Lakers were going to win the series. I said they were going to win the series. They looked like the hungrier team. They executed more. They had their slip-ups, but what team doesn't have their slip-ups? I mean, people were killing Danny Green in Game 5 for missing a wide-open shot. And now the man went from being one of the most hated players on the team on Friday, to now he's celebrating being a 3-time champion on Sunday. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just really crazy right now. It's just absolutely crazy. And to think that we almost didn't get to this point, we almost didn't get to this point of the season actually finishing because of the pandemic. Then we have all these issues where we had all these social issues, but I'm not gonna get into that. And with just everything that was going on, and then the tragic passing of the late great Kobe Bryant, to see the Lakers win the championship, it was only meant to be. It was just meant to be that the Lakers had to win the title. They had to win it for Kobe. And to me, Kobe from the heavens above is probably smiling down and probably enjoying watching this Lakers team win the title. And if you're a true basketball fan, you know the Lakers had to win the title for Kobe. If you are a Kobe fan, if you're a basketball fan in general, you knew the Lakers had to win this one for Kobe. And you couldn't help but feel good for them. So my thing is, congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers for winning their 17th NBA championship. Now they're tied with the Boston Celtics for the most NBA titles in NBA history. And to me, they have an opportunity to even surpass them. They have an opportunity to surpass the Boston Celtics within the next coming seasons. Because who knows what the Boston Celtics are going to do, and I still don't think they're in that conversation to win a title yet. And but yes, if I'm as a Heat fan, I'm going to say right now, Miami Heat have a bright future. The Miami Heat have a bright future. They still have a couple things to work on, but one thing for sure, they're only one good piece. They're just one more piece away. Because as much as I love Bam Adebayo, as much as I love Jimmy Butler, as much as I love Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, I love Goran Dragic, I love Jay Crowder, I love this team in general. This team was a very special team to watch. They were one of the best underdog teams that I've seen. They were going up against all odds, taking out the Greek Freak, taking out the star-studded Boston Celtics, and then they run into a juggernaut in the Los Angeles Lakers, getting demolished in the first two games. But then Jimmy Butler said, "The hell with that." Takes game 3. The Lakers retaliated in game 4, and then Jimmy Butler played the game of his life in game 5, and that was all he has left. It was just said and done by game 6, and you just feel so good. And I just felt so good watching this Miami Heat team, but I just knew they didn't have a chance against the Lakers. I just knew that they were going to lose in 6. I expected Miami to take 2 games. And I just think Miami is just that much closer. They just need one more piece. Like one more star free agent, and I'm not mentioning a name in particular, and they could be in the same scenario as the Lakers. They could be in the same scenario and they could win a title in the next couple of years. Jimmy Butler is just that great of a leader. He led by example. And I respect the hell out of him. I respect the hell out of Jimmy Butler now more than I did before. I'm so grateful that Jimmy Butler ended up on the Miami Heat, and the fact that he was such a great leader after so many people criticized him, saying he only went to Miami because he wanted to be the guy. And they had Miami not even making the playoffs, and they made it to the NBA Finals. You just gotta give the Miami Heat respect for that. You just have to. And for anybody that's saying that this is a weak championship for the Lakers, that especially when talking about LeBron, you could just sit down. You could just sit down and shut up and go hide in a hole, because I bet your favorite team didn't even make the NBA Finals. This was my dream finals, was to have the Lakers and the Heat. And even though Game 6 wasn't what it was, we saw what potential it had for Game 5. And Miami was healthy. This series could have been even closer. But injuries play a fact. Injuries are a part of sports. And we're never going to have an injury-free season where nobody gets hurt. So anybody that tries to throw in the injury factor, trying to put an asterisk on this title, you could simply keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourself, because don't nobody want to hear that for like the next week. For like the next week or for the next couple of months, don't nobody want to hear about no asterisk. Especially me. I don't want to hear nothing about an asterisk. I'm giving my respect to the Lakers, and I respect the hell out of LeBron. And I was slowly rooting for him to get back to the mountaintop because of everything because of all the conversations saying that he's washed and all this other stuff, that he didn't go to LA to win a championship. I'm happy to see that he made it back on top of the NBA mountain, and he's the champ. He's the one that's got the crown again. He reclaimed his throne, and he said it in quote, "I want my damn respect." So, to me, I like that he ended it on that note. I like that he ended on that note, calling so many critics a la Skip Bayless, and to me, I don't care. I don't care what anybody does at this point. To me, LeBron has been the best player of this era. Because I'm gonna break it down this way: Jordan was the best in his era, Kobe was the best in his era, and LeBron is the best in this era. From the 90s, Jordan was the best. From the 2000s to 2010, according to many people, Kobe was the best. And from 2010 all the way to now, LeBron has been the best. I don't care what anybody says. We can agree to disagree. That's how I break down the greats of this game. They dominated their eras. So you're not going to get me to talk about the stupid GOAT debate anymore. I'm simply done. I'm simply done with that. That's for up to you guys to debate about. I don't give a damn if you debate about it in the comments section. I'm just happy that I got to see my two favorite franchises battle it out in the NBA Finals. I hope to see a rematch, and let's see if Miami makes any improvements. I hope to see a rematch at some point in the future. But anyway, that's it. That's all. If I missed anything and I didn't mention anybody, or if I missed any key points, then please write it down in the comment section. And yeah, that's just about it. I'm probably not going to come out with another video until the start of free agency, and we'll see what happens in the draft. Because man, I'm just happy that we got to see the end of the season, and I hope you guys are happy too. And like I said, you just can't help but feel happy for these players on this Lakers team, and you couldn't help but feel happy for this Miami Heat team for making it this far when so many people doubted them, and they were like the underdog, the comeback kids, and you just couldn't help but feel a little sad for them, watching them get blown out because they didn't have the energy left. But they will be back. They will be back. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers, the 2019-2020 NBA champions. Congratulations to LeBron James for winning his 4th Finals MVP. Congratulations to AD. Congratulations to Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo, Alex Caruso, J.R. Smith, Jared Dudley, JaVale McGee, the rest of that Lakers organization. And I guess that's it. That's all. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell if you like basketball content. This was your boy Jay Varsity, and I'm out. Peace.
We got some non-believers out there.